It's funny. Sometimes the biggest stories, the ones that tell us who we are hiding in the smallest, most ordinary-looking objects. And today, we're going to unpack the story of one of those things.
Our story starts right here, with this one number, 477 grams. Now, what is it? Well, it's the weight of a small, ancient stone found in the Mesopotamian city of Lagash. I know, it doesn't look like much, does it? But believe me, this simple little stone has an absolutely incredible story to tell.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? Why does this little lump of stone matter so much? I mean, why would I even suggest it's more important for understanding civilization than a glittering golden crown or a massive statue? Well, that's what we're here to figure out together.
Okay, so here's the deal. This weight is physical evidence, actual proof that people weren't just living and building, they were starting to measure things carefully. And as you're about to see, the moment a society starts measuring with precision, everything, and I mean everything, changes.
So, let's paint a picture. We're in Lagash, thousands of years ago. Now, this isn't some sleepy little village. No way. This is a massive, bustling city, one of the first in the world. You've got temples, crowded markets, merchants, workers, the whole shebang. Life was getting really, really complex. Way too complex for just guesswork when you're trading grain or oil or even silver.
To really get why this 477-gram stone is such a game changer, we have to imagine what life was like before it existed. So let's explore all the problems that pop up when you're in a big city and there's no reliable way to measure anything.
Think about it. In a small village, everything runs on personal trust. You can trade a basket of grain for a tool because you know the person, you trust them. But in a huge city just teeming with strangers, that whole system just falls apart. And it falls apart fast. All of a sudden, you've got constant arguments, people cheating each other. It's total chaos.
Just put yourself in their shoes for a second. A merchant arrives from a region you've never even heard of. He's got goods you really want. How on earth can you be sure you're getting a fair trade? You don't know this person. You don't know their reputation. Trust is completely out the window. And it's not just about what's happening in the market. The big institutions, the temples and the palaces were huge economic centers. How are they supposed to collect offerings and taxes fairly if a basket of grain meant something different every single time? They needed consistency, badly.
Now let's bring it right down to the level of the ordinary person. Imagine you get paid for a hard day's work in daily rations of barley. How do you know for sure you're getting the right amount? Without a standard, you're just at the mercy of the person handing it out. You just have to hope they're being honest.
So you've got all this chaos, all this mistrust, and all this potential for conflict. The solution? Well, it was elegant, it was powerful, and it was made of stone, the invention of the standard weight. You see, a standard weight isn't just a heavy object. It's a revolutionary idea. It's a promise, an agreement that's been given a physical form. It's the moment a society says, okay, we're moving past it looks about right. From now on, we're using something objective, something everyone can verify.
The second you place this stone on a scale, it communicates authority. It basically says this amount is official, or at the very least, this is an amount we all agree on. And just like that, trade and administration can finally become orderly.
All right, so let's zoom out now. This single 477-gram weight is so much more than an object. It's actually a clue that points to a vast hidden system that was organizing the entire society. And this is where you can see all the connections. A standard weight underpins, well, everything. It makes orderly trade possible, it's a tool for the people in power, and, get this, it's directly linked to the development of writing and mathematics. It's the key to a whole new level of civilization.
Yeah, let's talk about that power angle again. Measurement wasn't just for merchants. For the rulers in the palaces and the priests in the temples, it was a critical tool for control. It was how they managed taxes, handed out rations, and kept track of the wealth of the entire state.
And here's where it gets really clever. The physical object, the weight, formed this crucial partnership with an abstract technology, writing. It turns out they needed each other to really work. So check out this simple but powerful process. First, you use a standard weight to define how much of something you have, let's say silver. Then, a scribe records that number on a clay tablet. The number only has meaning because the weight is stable and everyone recognizes it. And just like that, you've created a permanent, verifiable record.
So what's the legacy of this simple stone? Let's trace this incredible idea from an ancient city right into our world today.
It's pretty amazing to think about, isn't it?
We live in a world with calibrated digital scales and universal units like the kilogram. We just assume it's always been this way, but it wasn't. All of it had to be invented, piece by piece, starting with little objects just like this one.
And you can see that whole journey of this one powerful concept right here. It starts with the foundation laid by weights like the one from Lagash. That idea then evolves over thousands of years into our global standard for the kilogram, which in turn becomes the bedrock for all of modern precision science and technology.
In the end, what makes this 477-gram stone so special is that it makes history tangible. It makes it feel real. It's a bridge. Seeing it connects us directly to the real, everyday problems of people who lived thousands of years ago. People who were just trying to create a little bit of fairness, a little bit of order, and a little bit of trust in their world. So yeah, the standard weight was a quiet invention. No epic poems were written about it, but it changed everything by creating trust where there was none. It's a great reminder that our world is built on these kinds of agreements. So that leaves me with a final question for you. What are the quiet, unassuming inventions in our world today? The things we all take for granted that are silently holding our civilization together?